My name is Ndemeye, and I'm a landscape designer at Space to Place. Other things that I do is run a podcast called Design Unmuted, also co-founder of the Black Indigineous Design Collective. I think it is long overdue that we start thinking about mixed uses in our living spaces. Having been forced to work from home, and a lot of people actually, I've heard a lot of reports that people have changed their careers and have become more entrepreneurs and making things and really using home as kind of like undesignated commercial spaces, and like really just thinking about how can we be intentional in designing spaces that support a diversity of programming and uses. Typically, I think something really easy is to just kind of like think about if this was your site and this is the lot, and thinking about how this fits onto the block that you're designing, the neighborhood, and the larger city context.
So each circle here, if I understand correctly, it's representing different scales at which you're looking at.
Absolutely. And thinking about all the interactions that happen back and forth, and how the larger scale informs the site, and then how the site in turn respond to the larger context. When we think about how that could unfold on the site, so right now, kind of when you think about different lots, you have like individual dwellings and these kind of like private open spaces that don't really allow a lot of opportunities for people to really interact beyond kind of like the private owners or visitors of the site. If we start thinking of clusters, maybe we have smaller dwellings, right? And this also goes to start to thinking about new family structures and multi-generational living. You still have some private open spaces, but like then you have these areas where people can start meeting, and there's like creating more spaces for diversity of uses and social interactions, which ultimately lead to more community building. With the pandemic and people being isolated, I think there was a reckoning that maybe being in closer proximity with family members or friends and like co-living in a different way that's more intentional. I think people started to kind of recognize the value of those things.